Hello and welcome to another episode of Disney Movie Investigation. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the show. In each episode, we take a look at a movie that is featured on Disney+. On this episode, we're taking a look at a military action movie as we take a look at Behind Enemy Lines, starring Owen Wilson and Gene Hackman. And if you are enjoying these videos, I do ask that you please hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified with each new episode. But for now, sit back and enjoy this episode of Disney Movie Investigation. So like I said, today we are covering Behind Enemy Lines. This movie was released on November 30th, 2001. It was directed by John Moore. The screenplay was by David Volzes and Zach Penn. The production company was Davis Entertainment, and it was distributed by 20th Century Fox. The budget for this movie was $40 million, with a box office return of 91.7. In terms of the production, the movie was shot in Kolbia Studios in Bratislava, Slovakia, and the story of the film bears some resemblance to the experiences of Scott O'Grady, who was shot down in Bosnia on June 2nd, 1995. He would survive for six days before being rescued by U.S. Marines. Grady would file a lawsuit against 20th Century Fox for using his story without his permission, but this case was settled out of court. But let's take a look at the cast. So we have Owen Wilson, who plays Chris Longhorn Burnett. We have Gene Hackman, who plays Leslie McMahon Reghart. Gabriel Matchett, who plays Jeremy Smoke Stackhouse. Charles Mark Winfield, who plays Glenn Rodway. David Keith, who plays Tama O'Malley. And Oleg Krupa, who plays Miroslav Lokar. In terms of the plot, fighter navigator Chris Barnett wants out. He was looking for something more than boring recon missions that he's been flying. He finds himself flying on a lone Christmas Day mission over the war-torn Bosnia, but when he takes pilot Stackhouse into flying slightly off course to check out an interesting target, the two get shot down. Burnett is soon alone, trying to outrun a pursuing army, while Commanding Officer Reghart finds his rescue mission hamstringed by politics, forcing Burnett to run far out of his way. So in the terms of the legacy of this movie, this film would have two sequels, Behind Enemy Lines 2, Axis of Evil, as well as Behind Enemy Lines Columbia. And in 2017, Fox ordered a pilot episode of Behind Enemy Lines as a TV show to be put in production, but it was ultimately canceled before being filmed. So in terms of recommending this movie is generally okay. I think it's a great showcase for Owen Wilson, as this was one of his first roles where he was able to do a dramatic action role as opposed to the normal comedy that he normally does. Gene Hackman is also good, but this is his typical type roles for him at the time. Overall, this movie seems to be a typical action movie with military involved. The story is very generic. However, it is a very decent action movie, so I do recommend checking it out. So a bit of a shorter episode this week, but thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Disney Movie Investigation. I would love for anyone to please leave a comment below on what they think of Behind Enemy Lines. And as we look forward to our next episode, we are going deep into the Disney vault as we take a look at the Biscuit Eater. And as a bonus story, we're going to take a profile on Disney legend Jimmy McDonald. So until next time, I hope you have a magical day, and we will see you real soon.